Did you know that content marketing is not how the most successful B2B businesses and tech companies like Accenture, IBM, and Microsoft grow consistently every month? I know it sounds crazy because we're so used to focusing on social SEO or email marketing to grow our business. And while those can work over long periods of time, for most it's wasted time and budget. We're going to share a proven formula with you today to generate B2B business growth without the flaws of traditional content marketing. Let's look at the facts. For every single client who has applied this method, we've been able to blow past industry averages and their own past successes. Unlike SEO and traditional content marketing that can take years to grow these days, my clients have created automated growth machines within a matter of weeks, some with 50% of their traffic opting into sales calls. Can you imagine what that would do for your business? Everyone who has used this formula has been able to blow past industry averages for the cost to generate leads and sales call signups. For those who are already investing in advertising, they were able to get better results for a third of the cost. Part of how they were able to do this is by focusing on a piece of digital marketing most leave out: getting more of their traffic to take a next step. The average percent of website traffic that converts into a lead in the B2B industry is under 2%. Our average across all of our clients is 35.5%, and our lowest conversion rate is above 20%. WordStream and other marketing publishers label these rates as unicorns. And our formula creates these unicorns for every client, every time. I find that a lot of companies don't have the same insight as the large B2Bs to predictably grow a business month after month with marketing. Regardless of your size and budget, nearly every type of B2B business has and can use this little known formula to do the same. So what is the one very important difference between what the most successful B2Bs do and what most other businesses do? The secret to creating content marketing that actually gets downloaded is understanding that the way your content is packaged makes more of an impact than your actual content. We found the most successful B2Bs focus on making sure their content gets packaged in a way that gets more of your audience to take a next step. This means that you can capture more leads for remarketing, and if you do pay for traffic, it's much cheaper. It also means that you don't wait months or years to grow your business with SEO, email marketing, and a lot of writing without knowing if it's working, or paying high costs for ads. You get immediate insights and results. The thing is, the most successful B2Bs have ways to run quick tests that predict customer interest and see what packaging will get them to take the next step. Without this data, most of us are failing to get more leads and grow business quickly. When you're focused on creating content instead of focusing on how to get more of your prospects to take a next step, it looks like this. You guess at topics that will speak to your audience or a target account. You create a blog post or a white paper or an ad, and like cooking spaghetti, you throw the content at a wall and see if it will stick. A click here, a download there, and then you move on to the next. Apart from those few clicks and downloads, you're blind as to whether it's building interest and new business over the long term. And it's why it's nearly impossible for you to get website visitors to take a next step and get predictable business growth from content marketing unless something changes. I'm going to share with you the secrets from the most successful B2Bs so you can get feedback quickly from your qualified prospects, so you can toss what doesn't work and focus on converting your content and website traffic to new business on autopilot. This 3-step formula allows you to predict what content will work before you write it, package your content in a way that leads to predictable sales, and breaks industry growth records in the process. To introduce this formula, let's look at what most businesses do. Most businesses generate tons of content to build up traffic over time and generate awareness. But research shows even producing hundreds of blog posts rarely pays off like it used to. So step 1 in our formula is to focus on getting the most business possible from one piece of content. We do this by collecting data to predict what content will perform before we write it, and optimize the package around our content to ensure more and more of our traffic is moving to a sales call or purchase after they read it. This doesn't mean you have to stop producing content. That will always add value and connection to your audience, but your marketing goals and your business growth won't be entirely dependent on publishing new content to grow leads and sales when you have at least one piece working. So let's start with one piece of content and make sure that's getting you leads and sales on autopilot. With this formula, for every dollar we spend on traffic, we get massive amounts of predictive data. Having cheap on-demand traffic means you can sprint test and learn quickly. And today's technology platforms allow that, even for businesses with small audiences, if you know how to use them. This means you can run the same large tests companies like Microsoft do, but without the cost or enormous audience. To illustrate, I'm going to teach you a test you can run right now to predict what title you can use on your one piece of content that will generate the most interest, whether it's a blog post or downloadable resource or webinar. First, we like to use social media ad platforms as a favorite method to collect data. Not to advertise our content, but again, to collect data. Why? Because we can target highly qualified behavioral data from prospects for pennies, and collect data that gets shown to hundreds of thousands of our prospects in a matter of hours. So how do we use ads to collect data? Step one, we target our qualified audience. If you're familiar with social ads, you might already know how to do this. If not, at the end of this webinar, I'm going to introduce you to our caffeinated sales course that walks you through social ads 101 within one of our course modules. But for now, let's show you how you can deploy this yourself. So as you can see here, we have a reach of over 8 million people, yet that's highly targeted to business owners, CEOs, and sales directors, and also interested in software development, industry, IT, and technical services. So it's very targeted, but yet you're reaching a vast, large amount of your audience. So that's pretty cool. For these tests, we spend only $15 and we get behavioral data back from over 500,000 of our qualified prospects. A lot of times, like the audience you just saw, that could be even more. So for example, to test these 12 different content titles, we spent less than $15. Then to do this, we remove all the variables in the ad except the title. We do this by using the title as the creative and removing the copy, so that when someone clicks to read more, we know they are interested in the title of the content, not the creative, not the messaging, just the title. So it's kind of like a way to hack the ad platforms, to use it as a data tool for much less investment than something like a SurveyMonkey or hiring a research firm. So then we take a look at the ads we ran, which are focused on the title of our content. And we look at the click data. And click data is important because it's a behavior, right? It's a click. It's not someone answering something with their rational side of the brain. They're answering with the behavioral side of their brain, which is also linked to sales. So we run each ad for the same number of impressions, usually around 400 impressions, and then we look at the cost per result or cost per click. And why this is important is because Facebook essentially grades your ad with the cost per click because they want to make it cheaper for ads that are engaging with your audience and more expensive for those that are bombing. But instead of running these for conversions, which are often really expensive, we only set the ads to run again for 400 impressions. So we get all this data back with $15. And as you can see in this test, there was a clear winner for one that was 31 cents per click. And I like to tell you to find a title, a content title that performs lower than 50 cents per click, because that's a strong indicator we've learned of a title that spurs your audience to action. So if you don't get a cost per click under 50 cents, I'd encourage you to still create and test some more title variations. So that's just one little piece of it, and a test that you can run right now if you want to. Next, we are able to test everything quickly, everything from content titles to landing pages to social posts, and use those learnings to build high converting landing pages, or as we like to call the packaging. But we also use these tests for much more than that. We test everything to inform what will work for our business development strategy. So we know what works from our audience for brand positioning, sales scripts, webinars, even knowing which industries or segments to target to what features or services clients want for research and development. Otherwise, you're getting small amounts of click and download data over long amounts of time as you build up SEO over months and years, often without ever seeing that lead again. Or you're paying high amounts of ad budget to content no one downloads without paying high costs. So to recap, step number 1 is to get fast and cheap traffic and use that to collect data, sprint test, and predict what content your prospects want before you write it and what content will get them to take the next step. So in summary, step number 1 in our formula is to focus on one piece of content. Before we go to step 2, I know you're probably thinking, Jess, that sounds like a lot of technology, math, and data, which I get. Math and data has never been my strong point. And if that's also you, that's exactly why you should consider this formula. Today's tools are easier than ever to use and interpret the data for you. Your job is to think of creative ideas to test and to be eager to learn more about your audience and question what you think you know about them. The ones who have mastered this are seeing faster, qualified results with less hassle. If getting the most effective results for your money is important to you, I'd encourage you to explore this method. So on to step number 2. The biggest B2B brands focus on the way they package their content because they know how you package your content online matters more than the content itself to get more of your traffic to a next step. They do this by quickly making a lot of both big and small changes fast, and those changes turn into big results. Microsoft constantly updates the packaging of their content, or in marketing speak, their landing pages to get more of their traffic to download their content and collect more leads. As a key component of their business growth, they prioritize optimizing this packaging to get more and more visitors to their landing pages to take a next step and download their content so they can collect more leads. This might look like just another landing page, but each piece of this landing pages is a highly tested, optimized business asset that converts a high amount of their traffic to leads. They test the title, the copy, the creatives. Each piece of a landing page has been tested so Microsoft and anyone who uses our formula knows a large portion of their audience will want more. Each piece builds on top of each other to convert more and more of their visitors to leads. There are free and low-cost tools that allow you to rapidly create different versions of your content packaging and split traffic to them. You may have heard of A/B testing, but this is called multivariate testing because you're testing multiple variations at once so you get results much faster. As soon as you find one version that works, remember our focus on one. You can keep improving that packaging quickly to build on something that already works. So that percentage of conversions keeps going up and up and up. And while the average business turns less than 2% of their traffic into leads and never sees them again, you find unicorns every time you use our formula with a minimum of a 20% conversion rate within 6 weeks on average. And when you shift your focus from generating content to testing and optimizing the packaging around one piece of content, you can predictably generate large amounts of leads from just that one piece of content that works. Yes, you can have a multi-million-dollar business with only one piece of content. As Russell Branson says, you're only one funnel away. The problem with that, though, is that most funnels don't work, and this formula changes that. So to recap, step number 2 on our formula is to focus on packaging. If you're thinking, Jess, changing the color of a button on a landing page is not suddenly going to change my business, I hear you and I agree. So let me explain. This is not your typical conversion optimization you tend to hear about in marketing. This method teaches you a process that builds packaging that generates sales opportunities consistently. If getting new sales is important to you, you've come to the right place. As an example, our client Karen mentioned to us her plans to write blog content with the goal of creating new clients for her corporate event management business. From our experience, we knew this would take a great deal of time for her small team, and she was likely to see few new sales, if any, from all her hard work. She agreed to use our program to test her content before she wrote it. Now she uses our sales formula to predictably turn half of her traffic into sales calls. This wasn't a one-off. This is something we set up over and over again for our clients. If you want automated sales, let's continue to step number 3. The third and final step in the formula is to model what's already working. As you can see, the big B2Bs spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on traffic ads and variant testing, but we don't need to spend the same amount to learn what they've already learned. For one, because we can predict with high certainty from the small data methods we just went over, but also you can model packaging from their learnings as well as any tests you run. You can create your own packaging templates that you know works and reuse them to promote future content if you want to, because you already know it works. We see the same types of content, the same types of creatives, the same ads, and the same webinar and sales scripts that consistently perform over and over after you find the right way to tweak it for your business. Regardless of the B2B business or offer, after you have tweaked these templates for your own business, you can take these high-performing templates and make them unique to you to grow your business consistently. Even better, we're constantly testing and adding to the templates as the market changes and as we collect data. In our course, all you have to do is take the templates and fill in your unique messaging, but you could also test to create this for yourself if you wanted to. It sounds simple, right? It's just copy and paste, and it really is that simple. When you focus on production metrics that lead to a next step, whether that's an email lead, a sales call, or an online purchase, you're keeping your business focused on growth of revenue, not growth of content. And that keeps you from turning into a content publishing machine and instead a business growth machine. So to recap, by using cheap and fast data, you can sprint test your content before you write it and the packaging around it that will get more of your audience to take a next step. By leveraging what big brands have spent millions on to test, you can focus on one piece of content and one marketing funnel that gets your prospects to do what really matters to you, to get them on the phone with your sales team and to make a purchase. And so this 3-step formula, focus, package, and model, is what we've developed and what you can use to stop being a slave to a content calendar and sprint test your way to automated growth like the big B2Bs. This will help you save thousands on ads, hours spent on writing, editing, designing, and publishing onto your website, and instead getting customers and clients in the door every day like clockwork. At Caffeinated Sales, we specialize in helping you grow with one piece of content and unleash business growth potential with this formula. And we do that in our on-demand virtual course, again, called Caffeinated Sales, devoted specifically to helping B2Bs turn their websites and content marketing into sales. This is where you can learn and apply this formula to your business or your clients' businesses and experience some off-the-chart results. So feel free to click the link below to see if the course is right for you. We've not only proven the success of this formula with every single client who's used it so far, but now we've spent hundreds of thousands in tests to develop proven templates for sales calls, landing pages, ads, and more that we share with you in a way that you can literally, again, copy and paste and add in your own offering. These are tools that you can upload and press publish with the tools we recommend, like this page converting at 48%. And just like the most successful B2Bs continuously improve their products, so do we. We're continuously testing marketing campaigns for B2Bs like yours and testing findings for marketing experts across all industries. Every time we discover something new that has proven to work for the B2B industry with our clients, we share these with you. So you can test new, proven ideas all the time and watch your results go up faster than you could have done on your own. With this continual improvement, it also means the value of our course goes up and the price rises to match it accordingly. So the best time to find out if the course is right for you is now, because you get lifetime access. Become a course member, and our every motivation is to make certain you achieve record-breaking results. Believe me, we go out of our way to help you. Like all of our past B2B clients have, we want you to be our next case study. We want everyone who takes this course to be our next case study. And when you join the Caffeinated Sales course, we'll be able to show you how B2B marketers and business owners just like you who are struggling to make content marketing or just plain marketing work have achieved enormous success with our formula. As a bonus, we've also added course modules to help you learn everything you need to know to grow your business with sales and marketing. So you can use what you learn from testing and apply it to grow your business even more. Once you've learned the formula and successfully created your first test, you will also get to book a one-on-one training call with me to ensure the course produces the same results for you. This course includes 3 complimentary coaching calls where we review your data together and the opportunity to join our mastermind group. But first, let's get you started with the course. I can't wait to see you on the inside. Have a great day.